I always feel for Native Americans. Have you ever seen like Native American, like the Indian mounds? When they'll have like a historical site and they're like, go look at the Indian mounds. And you go and you're like, yeah, where is it? Is it, like, oh no, it's right there. See that little grassy speed bump type thing? And I feel bad because it's like, you can live in bliss without contrast or comparison. So when the Native Americans were like building their Indian mound, they're like, whoa, look at the mighty mound, 5 generations. Almost up to the knee, fellas, almost up to the knee. And then like the Europeans like arrive on the horizon and boats and horses and gold armor and stories of architecture and pyramids and aqueducts. And the Native Americans had to be like, hey, throw a little bit more dirt on that, man. Throw a little bit more dirt on that girl. Ah, yes, you have many wonders in the world you come from. But have you seen the mound? Mostly dirt. We tuck some dead bodies in there. We cheat a little. And the rest of it's just rocks and dirt. It's, yes. It's like, I know how they, like that's how I feel when I meet, like, another person my age, where I'm like, whoa, you sailed over in your 2009 Honda? And you have stories of a career and real adult things? Here's my little mound. I've got a 1994 Honda Accord tucked in there, and a service industry job, and the rest is just kind of dirt. Just dirt. There was a story a while back about there was a plane that crashed, and there was only one survivor, and they interviewed the survivor after the plane crash, and he had survivor's guilt. And they were like, wow, everyone on the plane died except for you, and you walked away unscathed. How do you feel? And he was like, oh, I don't know why I'm alive. These people were such good people. And survivor's guilt. And just once I like to see like a solitary survivor emerge and have a little survivor's gloat. You know what I'm saying? Or like they come up and interview and like, holy cow, the airplane's on fucking fire. People are running all over the tarmac covered in burning jet fuel. You don't have a scratch on you. What are your thoughts? Just once I want someone to go, fuck yeah! Yeah! Sir, we understand you were traveling with some of your best childhood friends. Yeah, I always knew I'd outlive them, but I never knew how. Oh, who could see this coming? Who could get a book deal? Nice. Things are working out. Things are working out. Oh, man. Father's Day's coming up. The big show. The big show, guys. I guess we don't have any other father. Where are my parents at in here? A round of applause. Where are my parents at in here? Where are my parents at? How can they never come to my shows? That's just demoralizing. Yeah, man. Father's Day. Mother's Day, a nice little warm-up. You know? Understand how the whole gift-giving thing works. Father's Day, man, you better bring it. I wasn't really big into Father's Day until I became a father. I'll be honest. Now it's like my favorite holiday, pretty much. Last year, my daughter gave me this hand-drawn card. It had a big heart, and then she wrote "Daddy" in the middle, and she gave it to me, and I was like, "Get this shit the fuck out of here, kid! Where's my gift?" When I walk outside in the morning on Father's Day for my morning pee, I want to see a Father's Day sports car, big red ribbon and bow. Not this hand-drawn stuff. This was your mother's idea, wasn't it? Oh, you go over in 2 weeks to her house, tell her to go fuck herself, okay? You guys look like a crowd that loves impressions. That's my impression of a comedian who can't read a crowd. Okay, all right. First impression, every fat man in South Carolina. I think I'll stop shaving forever. I nailed it. It's a look. It's a look. All right, second impression. Andre the Giant maintaining his anonymity at a 12-step meeting. I'm an alcoholic and my name is Sam the Giant. Sam the Giant. Finally, here's my impression of a workaholic gardener during sex. I bet this isn't the only bush around here that needs my attention. I'm taking some shrooms now and then. Clear out the old cobwebs. Them old cobwebs out of there. If you don't know, in between hallucinogenic use, cobwebs form in your brain. And the only way to get them out is to take some more hallucinogens. I don't want to get the whole science of the thing. It's not a discovery program, but it's taking a word for it. The weirdest things always happen, like weird coincidences and things, like when you're shrooming, you know? It's always when you're shrooming. It's weird. Last time I was shrooming, man, me and my buddy, we ended up on the front steps of this church in our neighborhood, right? Holding this impromptu witch trial for this old neighbor lady, you know? And convicted her, guilty of witchcraft. Old neighbor lady who sells vegetables, you're guilty! Right? So everything's like steady as she goes right now, right? Everything's normal. And so we get the stake belt and lit, you know, and she's like strapped on and smell of burning hair wafting through the air, you know. And then suddenly she's like, I want to lawyer up! And we're like, fuck! Fuck! I didn't know you could do that! Fuck! And get her off the stake, put her out, you know, like, all right. Next weekend we're taking DMT though, and the appellate court's not so lenient lately. Not so lenient. You guys like using birth control or nah? So much more fun when you don't, is it not? So much more exciting. Gambling, throwing the dice against the wall, man. Let's risk our finances fucking forever, girl. Yeah! Yeah! A lot of different forms of birth control, you know, and so, you know, religious faith, roulette wheel, you know, stair steps, whatever. There's different failure rates, you know, you gotta be careful. There's one birth control method where you put a woman's legs over your shoulders, yeah, and you thrust as deeply as possible with no protection. And then when you climax deep inside her, you yell, I want a baby! That's a 99% failure rate, guys, so be careful. Be careful with that one. That's... Me and my girlfriend use a diaphragm. Is anyone else having sex in the 1890s? Is that... Diaphragm takes a lot of trust, because you can't really tell upon initial entry if there's a diaphragm in play, you know? And I'm sure out there's like some sick woman who's telling her lover she's got a diaphragm, but she really doesn't. And the, you know, chance that that sick woman could be my girlfriend really turns me on, man. Who cares, right? Whatever. Women have to go to the doctor to get fitted for diaphragms. Can you imagine if men had to go to the doctor to get fitted for condoms? Can you imagine? Condom use would drop to 0%. That's down from its current 4%. That's... No man wants to go to the doctor to a specialist with exact measuring tools. Get the final word on that, you know? Like, I don't know, doc, are we starting from like the back of the knee and like over and down, or base to tip? Fuck. Oh, man. Whenever I'm trying to decide whether or not I should wash my hands, I use the 5-second rule, where I'm like, how long was my finger in her ass? Yeah, I better wash them.